The love story of Luke and Laura had the whole country watching.
Luke and Laura are classic soulmates.
We were taking all kinds of chances. We were breaking the mold for daytime.
Nobody had chemistry like Luke and Laura.
Tonight on Luke and Laura, the love story revealed. Relive the romance.
I have never loved anyone the way I love you.
Follow Genie Francis on her long-awaited return to General Hospital. Hear Tony and Genie's uncensored reactions to classic Luke and Laura clips.
Good.
I love any excuse to be silly.
Remember the magic of Luke and Laura's wedding.
By the power vested in me, I pronounce that they are husband and wife.
And go behind the scenes at Luke and Laura's 25th anniversary wedding celebration.
Here we go again, 25 years later.
It's all coming up on Luke and Laura, the love story revealed.
Hi, good morning, Genie.
Thank you very much. I've been gone from General Hospital for 4 years, but when they invited me back for the 25th anniversary of the wedding, I just couldn't say no.
Thank you very much, and have a nice day.
I feel you too. I had some serious butterflies in my stomach on that drive to work that morning, and I was very relieved when I got through the doors.
Good morning, Genie. Welcome back at home. Nice to see you. Welcome back.
I immediately felt at home, because of course it is my home.
How breathtaking to see you.
My friend Genie Francis is back.
I'm happy to see you.
We're the last of the dying breed on General Hospital.
I'll see you later.
Okay, kid. Take care.
Bye.
Welcome back.
When I first came on the show a little over 9 years ago, Genie really took me under her wing, and I can't wait to work with Genie. It's going to be great.
It really was great to see my old friends.
Okay, I just want to say hi.
It was also nice to meet some of the new ones.
Hi, the new Lucky. Oh, nice to meet you.
I was thrilled to meet my new daughter, Julie Berman. She's terrific.
How are you?
I'm Genie.
Julie.
Julie.
Nice to meet you.
It's nice to meet you. I've heard some really wonderful things
So
about you.
right.
To finally meet Genie, it was very long awaited, because ever since the day I started working here, everyone's talking about Genie. Oh my gosh, you look so much like her, and she's so good.
I look forward to working with you.
Yeah, me too. It'll be fun.
It's a big day. 4 years since I've worked with my extraordinary partner, Miss Genie Francis. I'm a little bit nervous about it. I want to do my best for her. They're going to call me any minute now.
Agent Tony Geary, it's set.
Well, let's go.
Working with Genie has been one of the greatest joys of my professional career. Miss Francis is an extraordinary actress. Nobody does it better.
It's always good to see them, and brings back the memories of my very first days working with Tony Geary.
Luke, this is Laura Weber. Luke Spencer and my roommate, Brian Phillips. Well, nice to meet you too, Laura. How you doing? Nice to meet you.
Luke and Laura were from opposite sides of the track. She was raised on the right side. He was raised on the wrong side. He was connected to the mob and had a sense of danger. This was not what Laura knew at all. She was married to Scotty, the lawyer. They had a nice little marriage. And so, of course, when these two meet, sparks.
So what can I do for you?
Is it true that you're looking for help in the disco?
Yeah?
When Luke hired Laura to work at the discotheque, he did it against his better judgment. She had to talk him into hiring her.
Look, I know I don't have very much experience at all, but I work very hard, and I learn very quickly.
Hold it. You're going a little too fast. You mean Laura Weber Baldwin wants to wait tables?
Anything wrong with it?
No. There's a lot right with it from where I'm standing.
His attraction to her in the beginning was something that really bothered him. She was just untouchable. because she was married to another man.
Can you start tonight at 8?
I'll be here at 8 on the dot. Thank you, Luke.
I think Laura was married to Scotty way too soon and, really was still very much a little kid and not ready to, sit home, bake biscuits and have babies. Not at all.
I'm saying you can just forget the disco.
I've already accepted, and Luke expects me there tonight.
Oh, yeah? Well, you get on the phone and you call him and tell him to forget it. Because if you don't, I will.
I stood for everything that was right. A young lawyer, came from a good family, tried to do the right thing, and Luke was a rebel. And women are always attracted to the bad guys.
You really light this place up.
Thanks. Bet you'll get over that.
No, I won't.
And there was just something about him that she couldn't deny. There was a chemistry between them.
Luke? Look, what's wrong?
The night in the disco, Luke was in a desperate place. Luke was working for the mob and was supposed to carry off a hit or be killed himself.
Go home, Laura, please.
I can't go away and leave you like this.
Don't you hear me? I said I was going to be dead. Killed, little lady.
She instinctively knows that he's supposed to go do something that's going to change his life. I think Laura felt compelled to save this man.
If somebody is after you or something, we can get the police.
You're incredible, do you know that? I really think you should go home now.
I know that you care about me.
Damn it, Laura. I'm in love with you. I'm not gonna die without holding you in my arms just one time. Dance with me, Laura.
The dance was a way of touching her and holding her and finding some comfort. And it just got out of hand. He went too far.
No! Oh, Luke, let me go. No! No!
It was a brutal attack, and the audience not only identified with the young woman who had been attacked, but they identified with the remorse and the moment of madness that the man felt when he attacked her.
Oh, my God. What have I done?
For some reason, they forgave Luke.
Maybe I was just as much at fault that night as you were. Maybe I really did want you to make love to me on some subconscious level. I don't know.
What makes the most sense to me is that she cried rape because she couldn't handle the fact that she gave in to her passion and broke her marriage vows.
I don't know how I could have done it to you. I swear to you I don't. But if you could, forgive me.
He was so undone by what he had done to her and so ruined and so racked with guilt that you almost felt bad for him. And she kind of let it all go. So I guess as a viewer, I followed her lead.
I have forgiven you.
This was not your traditional boy meets girl and they fall in love relationship. What should have been the end of their relationship, it actually wound up being the beginning.
We're checking into General Hospital for an Access Hollywood exclusive.
I'm back. It's so exciting to have Genie Francis back on General Hospital because this is Laura. Luke and Laura are the super couple of daytime. This is a couple that still garners mainstream attention. So you're going to see them where you might normally not see soaps covered because they're still that couple that everybody identifies with.
Okay, so did Anthony Geary have any role in luring you back?
I'm always eager to come back and work with Tony.
Luke and Laura were actually not meant to be this huge love story that we're still talking about 25 years later. He was only brought on for 13 weeks, and that was going to be it.
I was a skinny kid with frizzy hair, and leading men were always, hunks. So I wasn't sure how it was going to work.
But because of the amazing chemistry between them, it actually led to an incredibly successful career for both of them.
I mean, I'm here 29 years later.
I know you love Scott, but you can't tell me that there aren't nights when you lay in that bed and turn over and touch him and wish that he were me.
I wish that I was making love to you, Laura.
Luke and Laura were a phenomenon because they were so different for daytime. We had never seen an anti-hero get the girl. You know, we're rooting for a guy that, you know, was involved with the mob. And yet, because of Tony Geary's charm and talent, we still liked him.
Frank Smith, who was the godfather, decided that Luke should marry his daughter, Jennifer, and kind of promote him within the organization. And Luke had decided to give himself some life insurance by stealing from Frank Smith a book that had all of the information about who was connected to the mob.
I have something I think you should see. Pictures, photographs of every page of your little black book.
You walk out of this wedding, cause me any more trouble, you're a dead man.
The day of Luke's wedding to Jennifer Smith,
They were on this beautiful yacht, about to say their I do's, and Scotty charged onto the boat.
I had finally found out that Luke had actually had my wife. That was the end of it. I beat him up, knocked him off the boat. Help me, please. Help me!
And that's what led to Luke and Laura's On the Run story.
Listen, we gotta get out of here. Now, if they find me, there's no way they're gonna let me live. Now, you... Okay, if you don't want me to die, then just help me get out of here.
Okay. Let's go. This was the first real action-adventure story in soaps where a couple went on the run, and this became a staple of soaps going forward. This was the first of its kind.
and they knew that their lives were in danger. And when you tell a story where there's two lovers running from someone who wants to kill them and falling in love at the same time, it's pretty powerful stuff.
I loved when she wore the wig, and she was Lucy, and he was Lloyd.
I'm Lloyd, this is Lucy.
So we spent a good year knowing that we were in love with each other, but not having a physical relationship.
Oh, this bed feels so good.
Don't get too comfortable.
Oh, no. You're not going to make me sleep on that chair. You're not.
Yeah, but you get the ottoman, too, and I'll give you a pillow. A pillow? He let her hang up a curtain between them. There. How you like it?
I hate it. It works. With this blanket up here, what do I sleep under?
Okay, I will give you a sheet. And here.
Well.
Uh-huh. And I will use the comforter.
How nice. Deep fried as it may be, the girl has a heart.
I slip sometimes.
Well, merci beaucoup, Simone.
You're welcome. It sort of became a little Bonnie and Clyde. They forged a new kind of relationship. I think it was fun because there was so much of the fantasy in it. And, you know, doing things that people dream of doing, like dressing up in the fancy clothes, dancing in the department store, cracking open the caviar and the champagne, and just, you know, having a fabulous time.
You know, I've never had caviar before.
You've been supremely deprived. This is a night of firsts. You've never been more beautiful to me than you are right now.
He just romanced her. He took her on an adventure, and, you know, they built a real team.
Laura, run! Okay. Where's the gold?
Right in the middle of the fountain.
Show me.
Everybody was rooting for Luke and Laura, and everyone was watching. And more people would say, have you been watching General Hospital? They've got this couple and, you know, this weird thing going on.
Luke! Luke!
And everybody started tuning in and then staying because it was just an amazing phenomenon.
Hey, chill out, I'm okay.
Bulletproof vest. Now let's get out of this town. It bores me.
I don't think any of us would have jobs today if it had not been for that story. It launched daytime into another era.
Every time that people find out that I'm Luke and Laura's daughter on General Hospital, it identifies who I am just because of their names. And I think that is such a testament to how big they were.
It wasn't just the soap magazines covering this couple. They were on the cover of Newsweek. They were on Good Morning America. They appeared on Phil Donahue.
This is television's hottest soap opera, if not its hottest show. What is it about this show?
Luke and Laura you just can't stop watching.
And I was seeing all this like memorabilia of their, their little lunch pails, their pictures on it. I was like, oh, I want one of those.
I had no idea how popular Luke and Laura was at the time that it was happening. No idea at all. Far too young.
There was a song on the radio back then called General Hospital, and it was basically a rap song about Luke and Laura in General Hospital, and everybody knew the words and everyone sang it.
He started out in Port Charles town, where Frank Smith's mob used to hang around. No one could prove that he was a crook till Luke stole his little black book.
And the winner is Anthony Geary. Thank you, Gloria. Thank you, the cast. Genie Francis, half of this is yours. Thank you.
It's an amazing feeling to know that you're part of this franchise, this process, this connection.
Everybody fell in love with Luke and Laura. So the show built up this anticipation for the two of them to finally come together.
I want to be able to love you without any hang-ups at all.
When a woman says that to a man, he can wait. But not too long.
The goal was to keep Luke and Laura apart as long as possible and still maintain a tension between them.
And you know how much my body has ached for you, how much I've longed to touch you, but we waited and waited and waited and waited and waited.
So, it made you have to watch again. Like, when are they finally going to do it?
It had to be right. You had to want me.
I do. You know that.
The first time they made love was just before they returned to Port Charles. And that was a good year after they ran away.
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
No more questions about the past or the future?
No more questions. I just want to be yours now.
There's so much unspoken that's going on there. That was a powerful scene.
What are you thinking about right now?
How much I love you.
Everybody was rooting for those two, and everyone was watching.
Genie, it's so great to have you back on General Hospital.
No.
I've missed you so much.
Thank you. I've missed you too, and I've missed General Hospital. It's just like coming home again.
Well, then how would you like to stagger down memory lane with me? We've got a monitor, and we've queued up some of our favorite TV moments.
Really?
Would you like to see them?
Oh, I think I would.
What's happening up on deck? Complete pandemonium.
Nobody noticed you?
No chance.
This has to do with the Ice Princess storyline. Remember when Mikos Cassadine was going to freeze the world?
Oh, yes. I remember.
Very Batman.
Yeah.
Okay. Our first priority is to get out of here and get off the boat. Take it you can both swim.
Oh, this is when we did the location on that boat all the way to
Catalina. And everybody got sick.
Everybody got sick. Throwing up on the decks. And we had to swim to shore. With these packs on our back, they were enormously heavy.
Yeah.
And you started to sink.
And you pulled the thing off me and pulled me back up. But do you remember the other thing about that particular channel? Those are shark-infested waters where divers aren't even supposed to dive.
No, nobody told us. Oh, the artificial island.
I liked the artificial island.
You've got that Cher Indian look thing going.
All right.
Oh, this is one of my favorite scenes. I love when Laura gets tough, huh?
Just don't make any sudden moves.
Boy, it's scary when she gets tough.
See?
In the end, Luke cracked the code and saved the world.
This I love.
That was Wyndham's department store in Port Charles.
I did not know how to waltz, and I'd not been to a prom or anything. That's my prom, with you.
Sad.
Oh, no, it's cool.
Gloria Monty was an amazing producer.
Yes, Laura was really worried about me being able to move in the dress, which she was so in love with, and, you know, being able to dance. She knew that you could dance. Remember, we had dance lessons, and she made me dance around the whole stage and go faster and faster because you wanted to make sure that you could see the miles of fabric and feathers in that dress. Even, I think I was just running along beside you at one point, trying to keep up with you, and oh, this. I remember very clearly you saying to me,
look up.
Look up, look up. This is our return to General Hospital in, what year was it?
1993.
Yeah. We were hiding out in Canada.
Canada.
And running the Triple L Diner, which I loved.
When are you two going to start acting like real married folks?
Never.
The old guy who was working for us borrowed our truck, went out, started it up. And that's when we realized we couldn't stay there.
Dad! Dad! No! No! Get away! No!
This I love, where you break the news to her that she has to jump, and she starts to panic, and she goes into the stewardess routine of the exit. There are 4 exits in the plane, 2 in the front and on the side, out of her panic.
I do remember that.
Good. Well, our emergency exit is right here, and we're going to have to use it soon because we're losing altitude, sweetheart.
No, I can't do it!
You gotta do it, Laura! The plane's going down!
No!
Laura! You like this bag?
Yes!
You crazy about this bag?
Yes! No, not my bag!
That was good.
I love any excuse to be silly.
That was fun. You were really good there. You made me laugh.
This was really...
This was tough stuff to do. It was a raging river.
It was cold, too.
It was cold. I just wonder how many times I've screamed Laura through the years.
Not as many times as I've whined Luke. Not as many.
Remember this?
The veil.
Out of nowhere, they said, "Oh, let's put a veil out there and have you find it and put it on Genie's head." And do you remember that?
Oh,
and we
yes.
were both saying, "Why? We're running for our lives."
You're still the most beautiful bride I ever saw.
Will you marry me?
Yes!
Yes?
Yes!
Oh, good.
Luke and Laura's wedding was the most anticipated wedding in soap history.
Hey, world! Lucas Lorenzo Spencer, king of the single life, is giving it up today.
November 16th, 1981, 30 million people tuned in to watch Luke and Laura get married.
Luke and Laura, it is with great admiration and affection that we share with you today the joy of this, your wedding day.
The image of their wedding day, of her looking up into his eyes as they were getting married, I'll never forget that look on her face.
I, Lucas Lorenzo Spencer, take thee, Laura Weber Baldwin, to be my wedded wife, to have and to hold from this day forward, for better, for worse, for richer, for poorer, in sickness and in health, to love and to cherish, till death do us part.
Look at the expression on my face. Look like a deer caught in the headlights.
See? I think it's because you've got the, what did they do?
No.
Staple that thing on your head?
Or I think I just look silly.
Oh, I think you're gorgeous.
I pronounce that they are husband and wife. You may kiss the bride.
Genie was so beautiful. Tony looked so dashing as Luke. And it's sealed onto my brain, the picture of them together and the way they looked. And that's timeless. That will never go away. And I think that it's that way for a lot of people.
Luke and Laura's wedding had 30 million viewers watching, and it had a share of 52, which is really unheard of. That means that 1 out of every 2 people watching television that day was watching Luke and Laura's wedding.
None of us had any idea that 30 million people would be watching the show that day.
Everybody remembers where they were the day that Luke and Laura were married.
Even though it was 25 years ago, and I was only, 7 or 8 years old, you couldn't miss it, even as a kid, because everyone's mother, father, sister, brother watched it.
Fans did send us real wedding gifts, which was surprising, really surprising. Confusing to me at the time, because I thought, but I'm not really getting married.
In the same year that Luke and Laura got married, there was the other royal wedding, and that was Charles and Di.
Apparently, Princess Di was a fan of General Hospitals. So Genie and I got bottles of champagne from her wedding and a note from her. It was a pretty heady time. It was difficult not to be impressed with yourself.
Everybody go forward now!
Elizabeth Taylor had been a big fan of General Hospital. She had her people call and say, I want to make an appearance on your show.
I curse on you, Laura and Luke. I curse on both of you.
Why was she so upset with us?
Because we killed her husband.
Yeah, her husband, that's right.
Yeah.
We killed her husband.
Ready? You ready? Amy? Claudia?
There is no marriage.
Laura throws the flowers, and out of nowhere, this hand comes up, pulls him down, and says, there is no wedding. What was a beautiful wedding became a disaster.
I'll kill you!
Oh, no, not over the balcony. Only you would do that.
Couldn't do it anymore. I'm afraid I'd have to take the escalator. And as I started over this, I realized, my Lord, this is high up.
But it's too late now.
You'll see, I'm halfway down before I actually do the drop. And right about there, I go, oh, God. Whoa.
Oh, no.
Somebody
Too
get
late
me a
now.
ladder.
Now, this I know. You guys loved your fight scenes.
We love our fight scenes.
Oh, my Lord.
Ken and I always had the best fights.
I know. You enjoyed them, too.
We loved them. We tried to bloody each other's noses.
We always had fun doing these fight scenes because they were choreographed and they were always, okay, who wins this time? At the wedding, it was his turn to win. His wedding, I just disrupted it. I guess I deserved to be knocked out.
Casting the force! The hell you are! We are married.
We're going on our honeymoon.
It was just the perfect end to that wedding.
We're okay.
Give me a smile. You? Give me a smile. The best thing about that wedding is that it's kind of been immortalized in daytime, and it was nice to be part of something like that. We all had a good time, and it's, you know, it's a classic.
I want to go home, especially Texas, okay?
You're not even
Who cares? Hey, everybody! The Spencers are pregnant! They're what? What do you think about that?
The arrivals of Lucky and Lulu as Luke and Laura's children really completed the circle. Now they were parents. Now you saw them in a different way. Now they were a family. And now there would be another generation of Spencers to keep the story going.
And we have a baby. It's a girl.
It's a girl. We knew that. We knew it was going to be a girl.
Was that Lulu?
In the story, it's Lulu. Yeah. But I was pregnant with my first child. This was like my dress rehearsal for having a cesarean section.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, she's
It's okay. It's just TV.
No, but it wasn't. It wasn't just TV.
Life.
It was.
The child needs a name.
Give me a minute. I can't name her until I know her.
All right. Time's up. What do you think of Lulu?
Leslie Lulu.
How about just Lou? You know, Leslie Lou. Boy named Sue, girl named Lou.
Leslie Lou. I love it. I love it.
Me too.
When our daughter Lulu was just a child, needed a bone marrow transplant, and none of the family were matches.
They found a match for Lulu on the Worldwide Donor Network.
Our baby's got a donor?
Yes. Our daughter is going to get the bone marrow transplant.
In order to save her daughter's life, Laura came through with the revelation that she had another child. You already know who the donor was, don't you?
My son.
You have a son? Who's not my son?
I'm sorry.
Not long after their wedding, Laura disappeared off the face of the planet.
Baby! Laura!
The show scripted a very mysterious exit for her. She actually just disappeared into the fog and was presumed dead. And a year later, she returned in one of the most memorable moments in soap history.
Mr. Mayor.
Yes.
Luke was at the mayor's mansion. He had just been inaugurated, and he heard a noise, and he looked across the lawn, and there was Laura.
Laura!
The two of them ran to each other like you want to see in any romantic moment, and they were back together.
What had happened is she had been taken to the Cassadine compound, and she had been held there as a hostage, and Stavros Cassadine had impregnated her, and she had had a child there, Nicholas Cassadine.
We're making a stop at General Hospital. Laura had not told Luke about Nicholas, and that was one of the biggest secrets of all. I mean, you can imagine how infuriated Luke would be, given his hatred for the Cassadines.
You little bastard! Spencer, release the boy!
The revelation that the love of your life had a child with your mortal enemy and didn't tell you for 18 years is always hard. So Luke did not take it very well.
God, I wanted to be the father of your first child. I didn't know I wanted that so much.
Why do I feel like nothing will ever be the same again?
When Luke learned that Laura had kept the secret of her pregnancy and giving birth, he was devastated, and it led to a rift between the couple that ultimately was a factor when they chose to divorce.
Well, I guess it's obvious we both want a divorce. Otherwise, why would we be here?
How do we do this? I mean, if everything that we've been to each other can be written down on that piece of paper, then why the hell did we bother in the first place?
You know why? We fell in love.
After Luke and Laura divorced, Laura lost her mind and was committed to the mental institution with no real hope of ever being cured.
Stand by, rehearsal.
In 5, 4, 3, 2.
Laura has been in a catatonic state for the past 4 years, and Luke has found out about some new experimental kind of medication.
It's going to help bring her out of this state of mind, you know, this darkness.
We didn't know if it was going to work or what the side effects could be. So Luke was protecting Nicholas, Lucky, and I from, you know, the possibility that it might not work.
They are administering the medicine into her IV to see if she will become responsive again.
Can you hear me, Laura?
Luke?
Is it you?
Oh, of course, it's me.
Laura's return could not have been scripted any better for the viewers. To actually see Luke's reaction when he saw her was the perfect delivery. Luke and Laura were back.
When they first pitched the idea to me of redoing the Luke and Laura wedding, it scared me. And I thought, you do something so well, why mess with it? But I think the 25th anniversary is an appropriate time to commemorate it, and the way they're doing it, I think it will be quite nice.
We're going on location for the wedding, which is fun. Whenever you get a chance to do something of significance like that, it's always exciting for everybody.
Redoing the wedding and being a part of it is great because of my history here, this isn't just an outdoor shoot. This is a real walk down memory lane. You know, you don't normally walk onto a set and just start immediately thinking about the history of it.
What's so amazing is that the 7 actors who are still playing the parts of the characters that were at the original wedding 25 years ago are here shooting again today. Luke and Laura, Leslie, Monica and Alan, Robert Scorpio, and me, Bobby.
I don't do inserts. I've never done it.
Luke has asked Lucky to be the best man. So what an opportunity to stand beside your father. I did do a good job.
Oh, look at that.
But I think it's an honor. It's a privilege. I'm very excited to be a part of this Luke and Laura wedding. The great thing is, it's going to be forever remembered.
Quiet, please. And action.
Lulu is the maid of honor. Being here now, I realize how big of a landmark they made in soap opera history, and to be a part of something that relives it is great. And hopefully I can tell my kids and my grandkids that I was a part of the Luke and Laura legacy.
Walking, you're walking. You get to here. Can I switch the chair? Let me put him on the other side.
Okay.
Because I got a camera on this side, and I'd rather see you than him.
Fine. No offense.
Nothing personal, Tyler, but your dress ain't as pretty as hers.
Seeing Tony and Genie, just the magic between the two, it's like they've never missed a beat.
And action. Good afternoon, family and friends of Luke and Laura. We've gathered here today to witness the rejoining of their hearts as they pledge themselves as husband and wife. I believe you have something to say to your bride.
I sure do. It was 25 years ago today that we stood before a crowd very much like this one. And I promised to love you for the rest of my life. Since then, we've lived through the highs and we've survived the lows. And my love for you burns as strong and as sure as ever.
Will we have an exchange of rings?
Damn straight we do. With this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
By the power vested in me by the state of New York, I pronounce you husband and wife. Kiss your bride.
Well, you know, it's been wonderful to be with Genie again. It's been absolutely great. Our connection is as strong as ever, so I've loved every minute of it.
Cut!
Even if Luke and Laura end up having to part again, we have to hope that at some point in the future that they will be reunited.
They are Romeo and Juliet. They are definitely star-crossed lovers and always will be.
Luke and Laura make you believe in love.
I don't know what the future holds for Luke and Laura, and a 25th anniversary celebration is a great thing, but I'm thinking more along the lines of, in 50 years, there'll be a great party, and I'll be here to celebrate it with everyone. That's my goal.
I believe that Luke and Laura will always be together. There will always be a connection. There will always be a bond. Whether they are married, whether they're divorced, the two characters are connected in mind, body, and spirit, and that will never change.
I love you. That's all that matters.
Luke and Laura will always strike a chord with General Hospital fans. If she goes back into the coma, she can always come back. We will always tune in.
You came back to me.
I think you have to believe that that is a love that was meant to be, and that they will always find their way back to each other.
May I have the honor of this dance?
This dance and every dance for the rest of my life.